Hey everybody, so in this video, I want to give you some helpful tips for renewing your E2 visa successfully. Now, one of the unique benefits of the E2 visa is that there is no limit to the number of times you can renew this visa, whereas other visas like the H-1B visa or the L-1 visa have a specific cap on the number of years you can be in the United States on that visa. The E2 visa doesn't have such limitations. And as long as you continue to satisfy the E2 visa requirements and the business continues to satisfy the requirements, you can continue to renew that visa indefinitely. So with that, I want to get into some helpful tips when it comes to renewing the E2. At this point, you've already gotten your E2 approved. You've done the heavy lifting of demonstrating that you satisfy the various requirements regarding having treaty nationality, making a substantial investment in your business, providing a business plan in some cases, demonstrating the lawful source of your investment funds, and so on. And let's say now you're in a position where several years have passed since that original approval and you're going in for the renewal. Well, one of the most important things when it comes time to renew your visa is the condition of the business. If you recall, when you originally got your E2 visa approved, there's this requirement that your business cannot be marginal. And a marginal business is basically a business that is just providing the investor with a minimal livelihood. And to qualify for an E2 visa, your business cannot be marginal. So there's generally two ways to combat a finding that your business is marginal. One is demonstrating that your business is generating a lot of revenue
and is generating substantial profits.
So it's not just providing a minimal livelihood for the E2 investor, but it's doing significantly better than that. And another way to combat a finding of marginality is to have employees for your business. The E2 visa investor is not just benefiting themselves, they are creating a positive economic impact through the creation of jobs for their employees. Both of these factors together are really going to help you in demonstrating that this is not a marginal business. Again, at this point, you've already documented that you have treaty nationality, that you've made a significant investment, and all those other underlying E2 requirements. And now you're renewing the visa, and immigration wants to see how this business is doing. And they're largely focused on that marginality requirement. What happens if you have been operating your business and unfortunately, things are not going as well as you would have hoped? Things are not necessarily on track with what was originally in your business plan. The business is struggling, and here you are getting ready for your renewal. What do you do in such a situation? It's really going to depend on your particular situation, so it's very important to consult with an E2 attorney with experience handling E2 visa matters. But something to consider is if your business is just underperforming and you're at risk of being considered to be a marginal business, maybe you don't really have employees and your business isn't as active as you would have hoped for, one way to reposition your business and reposition your application for a renewal with the appropriate immigration agency is to demonstrate that you've invested additional funds into your business to essentially right the ship, to basically turn things around. So what I mean by this is, let's say that you're operating a taco stand for your E2 visa. And after you filed your original E2 application, and with that application, you included a business plan that demonstrated a certain amount of growth. And for whatever reason, you haven't hit those benchmarks. So it comes time for you to renew this visa, and you're very concerned that immigration is going to think that your business is marginal. It's too small. It doesn't satisfy the intent of the E2 visa program. So one thing that you can consider doing is, prior to the renewal, investing additional funds into the business and undergoing various steps to improve the operation so that when it comes time to renew, you can now make the argument that the business is not just going to continue in the same fashion that it has been continuing, but that you have done something to change the trajectory of the business and to improve the operation. So in the example of the taco stand, let's just say for sake of this video,
you invest
an additional $50,000. And with those funds, you're going to expand the taco stand. You're going to add more chairs. You're going to invest in additional marketing to get word out about your business. And with these additional measures, you expect additional revenue to come in and the need to hire more staff, and so on and so forth. So by taking these measures, when it comes time to renew the visa, you can make an argument that there is a reasonable likelihood that the operations will improve. And by doing so, you get to make the argument that you're not simply relying on the past performance of the business. You have a reasonable argument that the operations will improve well into the future.